Yo guys, what's up, what's up? I think you should be able to hear me. If you do, maybe let me know in the chat and then we can start. Yo guys, what's up, what's up? So yeah, mic should work. Now let's see what we can do today. Today we're gonna check NQ as always. Let's see what NQ will bring us. Yo Sashin, what's up? Niels, what's up? I do, but sounds pretty low. Have you tried pulling your speakers up? I think it should be fine. Now it's fine, I think. I put it a little bit higher. John, what's up? Julian, what's up? Same here. Okay, then it's my fault. But I think it should be good now. I can't put it louder now, so it should be fine. Sign language. I can't do any sign language. Okay, guys, let's check. NQ, Friday's trade got stopped break even. Yo, Christopher, what's up? In the gym. Very nice, very nice. So, NQ today, new day, new week. Let's quickly check what NQ did so far. We have been taking out Asia high or Asia high. We are above Asia high. We grabbed liquidity right at lunchtime and broke structure. Let's see where the structure break was. That's some funny price action. But yeah, it's ugly price action. But the low is clear. The low is right here. Why? Because we have two down candles right here, two up candles, two down candles, and then here we have two up candles again. So this is safe to say the low that we had to break. We shifted structure bearish after lunch, and now we are in a clear downtrend, as we can see right here. This high broke structure, and then we put in two clean legs, and currently we are in this M5 bearish leg. So that's the first step. As always, identify where we are. Is market bullish or bearish? And that's the first step for the NQ system, to look out for a trade later on. We also took out Asia low, as you can see. So Asia, the Asian range has been played today. So I can delete this because it's not that important anymore. And now we have to wait and see how the opening range will close in 8 minutes. And then we can map out the plans for the days, or the plan for NQ. Then we can map out the plan if we go. We will plan a short and long scenario for today. I will plan it with you guys, and then we will see how it will go. So for now, we have to wait 8 more minutes, and then we can map out our scenarios for the day. Now we already know market is bearish. So in the meantime, let's go over some crypto. Let's see where Bitcoin is currently. We are still in this hour 4 range from the last stream. Nothing has changed, guys. Crypto has been insanely ranging, as you can see right here. The whole weekend, basically, we've been ranging. And right now we are still in the hour 1 discount zone, as you can see. This hour 4 upside leg has not been invalidated yet. It's still a valid bullish leg. So we are still looking for longs in the discount zone. And currently, I mapped this out. I don't know when it was, but for now that's still valid. We are bearish right here, and this is the high we have to break. We broke the high already, so that means this is a valid long setup. I mean, it's not A plus is the problem. We don't have any RSI divergence. I would have liked some RSI divergences for this A plus setup, but it's a start that we broke structure. So this could be a valid setup, to be fair. It's not A plus, guys, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna take it. But this is a valid setup. It's not AA plus. I'm missing an RSI divergence. I would have liked another sweep right here and then the clean shift in structure. But it is what it is. You have to take what you get. But this looks like a valid long setup for now. Not A plus, of course. So if anyone takes it with RSI divergence, the win rate is way better. But if you urge to take a trade, if you are tweaking because you want to trade, it's not the worst trade to take, to be honest. So it's also valid. It's basically the same setup as this one from August, start of August. And John, wise to set limits with FVG? You can, of course. It also depends how you consistently do it. If you consistently set limits at the FVG, then you can do that as well. This was an FVG, for example. So this could be a nice draw where you could set an entry, but it's not a clean, or this FVG is valid. Right here we also have one, but it's not clean. It's not a nice imbalance, but it also is valid and it's already gone. So I personally wouldn't set a limit lower, but I also never set limits lower. I most of the time market enter. What you could do is set half of your position market and then maybe half of your position a little bit lower. That way, if it pumps from here, you are not missing out. And if it dumps a little bit further, you get a better entry. Christopher, I'm most of the time never entering limit orders on this system. Most of the time it's market. But on NQ, I most of the time enter limit orders. But for crypto, I most of the time enter market. So, yeah. Lol, never mind, you answered. Yeah, I think I just answered it while you were typing, or the lag made it sound like I'm from the future. So that's like somewhat of a valid crypto trade. I can talk. I will quickly post this, but of course it's not A plus. So that's Bitcoin, guys. What time is it? 42. We have 3 more minutes, so let's check Ethereum pretty quick. Ethereum is still bearish for me. I'm still in those trades. Very slow price action. Still in the hour 4 discount of this bearish big leg to the downside. And on Ethereum, nothing has changed to me. So I'm still in those 2 trades. Risk is total 1R because we tightened stops of the first position when we had the confirmation of the second position, and now it's total risk 1R and the reward is like insanely huge. The reward is like 2 times 2, like 4R for 1R risk. So very good risk to reward. If I get stopped here, I lose 1R. If Ethereum dumps from here, I can gain 4R. And that's like, if you know how to add to running positions. So I always wait for a new trigger, and if I get my new trigger, I can add a new position, and then I can tighten the stops of the first position, and then you minimize your risk while maximizing your reward. So for now, it's still, of course, not in plus, but let's see what we get. If we get stopped out, I can still try shorts until this zone right here. Still comfy in trying shorts. What I would look out for Ethereum, if we get it, is a sweep of this high and then a new break. Then I would add either a third position or I get stopped out and add a new position. And that's basically it for Ethereum. Not much to update on Ethereum because it's not moving. It's very slow, but that's just how it is sometimes. Solana, I've been waiting for this right here. Let's see. Solana is also still in the hour 4 discount zone, as you can see right here. This leg to the upside, we are still in the discount zone currently. And we actually broke structure. This high right here brought us to this low, so this is the high we have to break. But same as with Bitcoin, it's not an A+ setup, sadly. Because we had this steep dump and there's no RSI divergence, so also not an high probability setup. I won't take it because I want my RSI divergence on Solana. If I take it like low risk. Because yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes I just want to be in the trade, but it's more like a fun trade. If I don't have my RSI divergence, it's not a very serious big trade. So what I would rather wait for would be another sweep of this low right here, and then a shift in structure with an RSI divergence playing out. That would be a long scenario for me where I would go heavy. So yeah, that's Solana, guys. If you have any questions, of course, always feel free to ask in the chat. Don't be shy. There are no dumb questions. You can ask me basically anything. And yeah, let's quickly scan NQ, how the opening range is going. Currently, we have the high at 1530 right here. And the low was at 1535. So those three candles are the range, top and bottom. And what are we gonna do now? Let's see. We are still bearish, of course. We are continuing lower right here. So if we get below, I'm taking continuation shorts. It's my so-called continuation short setup on the opening range. Market is bearish. Opening range has been created. Higher time frame also looks bearish. M15, as you can see, we are shifting structure right here. So this would be my continuation short setup. On the other hand, let's quickly scan where the valid high is for a market structure shift, and conveniently the valid high is at the same time the range high. So that means if we get two candles above here, sorry, I'm just mapping this out. One candle close below here will give me my short scenario already. At the same time, this is the high we have to break to get bullish. So if we get above here with two candle closes, then I would take a limit long at the range high and play trend reversal longs with the targets of my FIB tool, as you can see right here. 1.2, 1.5, break even point as always, take profit target as always, and to both scenarios, of course, same. If we get the short, I'm gonna do it like this. If we get the long, I'm gonna play it with these targets. And that's basically all the planning for the opening range breakout. And now it's time to be patient and wait. Let's smash the TP together. Let's go, John. Christopher, did you change your minimum profit target? I didn't change it on crypto. I think you mistake it for the NQ. On NQ, it's always 1.5R. On crypto, it's 2R mostly. I might take some profit at 1.5R and set it break even, but for 2R, crypto 2R is like the fixed R. For NQ, it's 1.5. Yo, Myro, NTL, what's up? Do you trade multiple funded accounts at the same time and just scale down risk overall, or you always trade one with higher risk? I trade multiple funded accounts. I always like to split my funded accounts over multiple 100Ks, multiple 200Ks. And of course, on a funded account, I tone back my risk. I always focus on increasing my funded capital rather than increasing my position size, you know. So that way I'm not pressured to make 10% months on one account, but I can make solid 3 to 4% on lots of accounts and still benefit from a high income with the funded capital. So I try to scale my funded accounts and I try to minimize the pressure of my returns, you know. I think that makes sense. And it works for me, for my brain, you know. Of course, there is not the one way to do it. Some people do it different, but that's the nice thing about trading. Lots of ways get you to your goal. You just need to find what works for you. For me, I always divide my funded accounts into 100Ks, 200Ks. So you can, if you trade futures, you can do 50Ks and copy trade, you know, it's very easy these days. Lots of different ways. So for now, that's it. We have to now be patient and wait. Crypto is pumping. As I mentioned, Bitcoin is somewhat of a long setup, not A+. Ethereum still waiting, and Solana waiting for this ideal scenario. What's your top props to trade? My top props are in the description down below. It's Breakout and Bright Funded. I've partnered with them. They are my most reliable prop firms. They paid me over 300K in total, so those are my partners. And down below, I think there's a link. There should be. And you can also use my code, of course. Then you get always the best discount as well. If there's no link below, I can just look at my other videos. There is a link to those prop firms. Those are my prop firms of trust. We can also quickly go over Hype, but Hype is already gone. So Hype is probably bullish, as I can see right here. Yes, so let's see the current hour for bullish leg. Okay, yeah, Hype is gone far. We don't get anything. Hype, I would wait for a retracement into this zone and then for a 1 hour structure shift for continuation higher. This is obviously a nice zone for shorts as well, but just not according to my system. I would wait for a little bit of a retracement. For Hype. And that's crypto in general, guys. So, NQ. We are waiting. If we get above here with 2 candle closes, I will long. If we get below here with 1 candle close, I will get short. And that's the plan for the rest of the day, guys. And that's really it. I went over everything I wanted to go over. If you have any open questions now, of course, feel free to ask, guys. We can do a few questions. If you don't have any questions, we're gonna wrap it up. And I'm gonna put some more work in the background and wait for my trades to come, of course. And I also set alarms, of course, right here so I get notified. I don't want to look at this chart every 5 minutes, see how it goes. I set my alarm right here. If I get my alarm, I know, okay, now it's time to log in. Now it's time to check the chart, but before that, I don't need to look at the chart every 5 minutes. I can focus on something else, and that's always how I work. So let me know any open questions, guys. If not, let's wrap it up and enjoy the rest of the day. Looks like there are no questions, guys. Oh, there is a question. Christopher, could your system be applied to different time frames instead of hour 4, hour 1, like hour 1? Yes, it can, of course. But also, you have to put a lot of work in to see if it works, you know. It can work, of course, but in the end, you have to make it work, you know. You have to put in the work to back test it, to forward test it, to live test it, and you can make it work, I'm pretty sure, yes. But it requires a lot of time, of course, to build the data, you know, to have the data to back up your system. Julian, you are welcome. And of course, if anybody from the viewers needs help building a trading system, if you want to become a full-time trader, if you're serious about trading, you can also always DM me, guys, on X, on Instagram, and then we have a little chat. We can like get you going into my one-on-one mentorship. And if you want to become a trader in the next few months, if you want to make it happen, I can help you with that. Of course, we will have a little chat, see if it would be the right fit. I'm not taking everybody. And then we can get you there as well. So just send me a DM on X, on Instagram, guys. The links are somewhere on my YouTube. You can find it, I'm pretty sure. And then we can see if it would work out for you. If anyone feels like you're stuck where you are, if you need help, you can reach out to me. Niels, I'm stuck in an Ethereum trade. What do I do? It depends where you want it to go. If you want it to dump, you just have to buy more. If you want it to send, you just have to sell your position at this point, you know. That's how the matrix works. If you need more tips, always let me know. Honestly, I think we're gonna see a little dump scare soon. We had this New York open pump, so we might get a retracement. Awesome, guys. Then I think that's it for today. Thank you all for tuning in. So many people were again at the stream. I appreciate you all, and if you need any help, of course, DM me on X, on Instagram. To all my guys that are already in the group, if you have any questions, of course, you can always hit me up in our channels. Next 2 live streams are tomorrow and in 2 days. They are in my group only. So yeah, if you want to join that, of course, as I said, send me a DM and we will have a little chat. So guys, thank you all for tuning in. And then I will see all my one-on-ones, all my students tomorrow in the next live stream. And have a nice rest of the day. Good luck with all the trades, guys. Peace out.